world in the lab, Twitch stream glowing, formulas flashing, minds wide, knowledge flowing, equations on the board, numbers never sleep, teaching math and physics while them haters count sheep. Actual education, tune in and get schooled, flipping textbooks, breaking all the rules, from Newton to Einstein, concepts elevate. Keep the stream, it's the key to our fate. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down. Actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice. Maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice. Got the Pythagorean triangles about to flex. Quantum theories on deck, breaking all the specs. Relativity theories, worlds getting small. Grasp the universal laws, standing tall. From the atom to the cosmos, we rolling deep. Grazing up the stars, no time to sleep. Black holes and supernovas, concepts we unfold. Brain power heavy, yeah, that's Dr. Gold. Dr. Gold dropping gems, knowledge raining down. Actual education making scholars all around. Perpendicular minds, angles sharp as ice. Maths and physics, yeah, the future's real nice.
All right, what's up, everybody? Our window's going. Here we go. Ba-da-dum. Bum, bum, bum. My voice is a little shocked because I was yelling and screaming this morning. USA won the gold for hockey. Yeah. I think that was like, what's up, Pineapple? I think this is my first time actually ever watching a hockey game. And apparently it was the hockey game to watch.
That's dope.
Yeah, USA, I guess, for the first time in 20 years, 30 years? Whatever. Won the hockey gold things. Pineapple says I have questions. Great. You know where to submit the questions. What's up, JC? Good to see you. Yeah, I ended up, what was it? I feel bad. Penn Center, yeah. Dude, poor Penn. Does he even watch hockey, though? I was messaging him this morning. Because the game started at 5 a.m. Los Angeles time. So, I was out at a show until probably like 4. And then someone like texted me, one of my friends texted me saying, hey, I'm waking up right now. Do you want to go watch the hockey game? I was like, I was going to go to bed. But I guess not now. So I went straight to the only bar in the area that was open at 5 a.m. to go watch the game. It was pretty crazy. I got on TV too, actually. Here, one sec. I'll post it for you guys. It's funny. The Olympics are being held in Cortina, Milano Cortina. So Milan, I think, and then Cortina must be like a village, like I think outside Milan. Let's see if we can go find it. Boom, 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 boom. Pineapple, you know where to post the questions. But yes. I don't know about that remainder 1 thing, though. It's kind of weird. The remainder should be like 1 over x minus 2. Oh, my voice is shot. But here we go. I'll show you why my voice is shot. So this was the... Oh, we got... Well, hold. We have 25 seconds of... Arizona State University frame maxing club. Who's submitting that on our queue, dude? What? It's hilarious. Arizona State frame maxing club. Okay, I don't want this. Here we go. There we go.
With sports elation for hockey fans across America and just
Towards the end of the video here. This is the bar we were at.
That's why we're proud to be American. Like this
They won at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I guess.
And you were just interviewing in the red.
I think I'm here. I think I'm here at some point.
No doubt, an exciting time for the gold medal. The gold medalists, our hockey team has done it
There I
for the
am.
first time in more than 40 years. Now
USA gold, baby. Anyways, cool.
That's dope.
Let's see, news for the server. Today's Sunday. Happy Sunday. If you're a part of our actual resolutions challenge, you look so dorky there. Red, white, blue. I say I wore the gold because we were gonna win gold. It was fated, you know. My friend has a great video of me on my like. I don't think I can pull it up on here. One second. Let me see if I can go find it real quick. I gotta like log into my other account. Yeah, switch accounts. There we go. One sec. Good morning, Alistair. What's my password for this one? Currently at our workspace as of now, but hasn't started yet. Okay, cool.
Okay.
What's up, Nick?
What's up?
Welcome. I was finding the video of me. Are you what?
Am I able to send the picture
Yeah, go
now?
to the website. Go submit it. Here, this was us at 5 o'clock. USA. There's me. There's my dorky little flag.
God bless the United States of America.
God bless the United States of America. This is me just. I was like. Anyways, it was fun. I had a good time. All right, cool. All right, let's do some math and science and stuff. Let's help you guys out. But yeah, if you're part of the actual resolutions challenge, I'm gonna make a reminder in the server today. But the check-in for that, your week 1 check-in, is due tomorrow. I never thought of you as a patriot. I mean, I think people should have love for their country. I don't agree with a lot of what my country does sometimes, which is okay. It's okay not to agree with things, but I don't think you should hate your country. Like you live here. Like if you hate it, like make it better, type thing. You know, I've always kind of like taken that mentality. If people are like upset with like what their government's doing, then like go out and protest, or go out and
Go out and protest.
C. Pereira, I'm so much smarter because actual education. What's up, Christian? Sorry, my voice is gone, Christian. I was yelling at the bar for the hockey game at 5 a.m. Christian's cool. He does a lot of cool like music stuff. He basically runs like a music events company. I've gotten into a lot of vibe coding recently, Christian. I've done a lot of like Claude Code, a lot of Codex, CLI stuff. It's great. Go sports. Yeah, I don't even watch hockey. It's just like some girl invited me to go watch it with her, and I was like, oh, this is historic, I guess. Supports globalism. I don't know. What glowies, it's all things.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, let's start off the stream. Let's help you guys with some math and science homework and physics and all that fun stuff, and make you guys much smarter for watching actual education. Let's start. All right, welcome everyone to Actual Education. My name is Dr. Gold.
Bing, bing, bong.
This is the office hour stream that helps you out with math homework, science homework.
That's dope.
Lots of fun stuff. I think we were doing integrals last time. My voice is shot today. God damn it. Okay, I'm going to try my best, though. I'm here for you guys. Let's see. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our wonderful website that I vibe coded last week to see the queue. There's already 5 questions in the queue. This is great. Love this. Excellent. Good job, guys. People are using the system. I've also changed the upvoting on it so it's not exponential, it's logarithmic. So if you want...
What is this?
Okay, so let me explain it, because I know... Sorry, my voice is going to crack all day today. Let me explain it. So for those that don't know, now when you submit a question to our website here, which is actualofficehours.com, you drag in a screenshot, put your username, hit upload. I made this thing go like pulsing like very big because people don't know to click it to upload the photo, so you should know now. But once you upload, your question gets put in the queue. But the queue is not so much a queue as it is a lottery. So, I could use those things smokers use. No, I hope not. So, as your question sits here in the queue, it accumulates votes. And those votes mean it has a better chance of being picked when we do like the next question. If you really like your question and you want it to have a better chance, you can go here and you can click upvote. Oh, there we go. Okay, there. And so what that does is that will give your question a boost, but you can only do that every 3 minutes. And so the reason we do this is to kind of to incentivize people who are being like active during the stream, not people who just like dump it in the queue and then just walk off. Like if you keep clicking upvote, it'll work. Yeah. And then I pick a question.
Cool.
It's pretty cool, right? Yeah, we did this because we were getting an issue where it was exponential. Yeah, the upvoting used to be exponential, but I think we saw an issue with that last time because people were able to get like 10,000 votes. Bruh. Because because it would go up by 25% every time, and so that became a little crazy. Yeah. Oh, see, so there you go. So now Lucky Cat's moved ahead because because there's upvoting. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, bro.
So yeah. So it's logarithmic now. But that being said, if you submit a question first, like Dorian did here at literally 57 seconds after the stream started, they have the highest chance, 33% chance of getting picked. I should allow downvotes for physics questions. Oh no, that would be terrible. We can think about a downvote system. For right now, I just have upvotes. But okay, here's what I'm gonna do. And then I click this button, and it's gonna go pick There you go. There you go. So here's the spinner. It's gonna spin. We love the spinners, right? Spin goes to Lucky Cat. So now Lucky Cat's question is what we're gonna work on. Isn't that cool?
That's awesome.
Yeah. Dude, I coded that in an afternoon.
Nice.
Because of like
That's
Claude
crazy.
Code and ChatGPT. It's fucking great.
Do you also have
Jess
that problem? 'Cause
Ruski, thanks for the
I
follow,
tried to
Jess.
upload-
What's up? What
I
did you
tried
say?
to upload the picture. I tried to upload the picture, but it wouldn't. I pressed upload like 3, 4, 5 times. It wouldn't work until I pressed take a picture, and then I could have
I don't know.
pressed upload.
It should work.
It's just
I
funky.
mean, everyone. Maybe something weird with your phone. Dr. Gold in the house. Jeez. Jess, I woke up at 4 p.m. today. Bruh. Then again, I went to bed at 10 a.m. Because I stayed up for
Damn,
hockey.
I got to the academy 3, 4.
You have to select a picture. I think he did, Jeff. But all right, well, whatever. All right, let's figure this one out for Pineapple. Solve 4x cubed minus 8x squared plus x plus 3 is equal to 0. Oh, fascinating. Okay. Well, first of all, cool. Whenever you have polynomials like this, and we're asked to solve equal to 0, I think of like factoring at first. If I could like factor it by pairs, that would be nice. But that doesn't work, I see. Because like if I try to factor these two and these two, I would, for instance, this would get me like x, and then this would be like x squared plus 1. And then this would give me, yeah, what? Just like negative 8x squared plus 3. So these are not the same. So you can't factor by grouping. It's always good to try it. You should always try this. You should always try to like pick like 2 pairs of terms and see if you can get them to look the same. Like an example for this would be if you had like 8x to the third plus 4x squared plus 6x plus 3 is equal to 0. We could, for instance, I could try to like factor these in pairs, right? So I could pull these two, and that would become what goes into 8 and 6. 2 does. What goes into x cubed and x? That's x. Yeah, the 3. Yeah, this throws it off. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Because if you factor these two, and actually we could have paired this and this, but let me just show. I usually like to do the 1, 3, and then the 2, 4. If you pull out a 2 here, this would be 2 times 4x squared, or let's pull 2x, right? So 2x times 4x squared would get me 8x cubed. And then 2x times 3 would get me 6x. What's up, Bedlam?
My man!
And then I could factor these two. Where look, that's just like plus 4x squared plus 3. Now the cool thing here is that these are the same, right? And so this is the same thing as having like a 1 in front of this, okay? So now you could group this, and this would be 4x squared plus 3 times 2x plus 1. That's the really nice, easy way to do like factoring by grouping. But we don't have that. Yeah, factoring by grouping is nice, but we don't, unfortunately, it's not the case here. It sucks.
Oh, God!
Yeah, so when that happens, the next thing we need to do is like polynomial long division. And there's what's called the rational root theorem that I think says, right, is it the factors of these over the factors of these are possible rational roots? Yeah, so this is like the formal way they say. So you look at like what are the factors of 3. So it's like, and it has to be all the plus or minuses. So it's like plus or minus 1, plus or minus 3, and then it's over the factors of 4, which is, oh, good, Jeff. All right, yeah, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 4. The problem is like this sucks. Disqualified. Because there's so many factors you need to check, right? I mean, there's 4 on the top, right? And then there's, well, actually, like, sorry, there's 2 on the top. We'll deal with the plus minuses later. There's 2 on the top, there's 3 on the bottom. So that's 2 times 3, that's 6. But then you also have plus minus, so that's 12. So there are 12 combinations here that could be possible factors. Because this is x cubed, I know I can have at most 3 factors. So going through all 12 would be horrendous.
Surprise, motherfucker!
My solution to, yeah, what the heck? Yeah, we're not going to test all 12. And this is here. You could test all 12. You could come up with all the different ones. So for instance, this would be like 1, 1/2, 1/4, right? You see how I'm doing like 1 over 1, 1 over 2, 1 over 4. And then you could have done like 3 halves, and then 3/4. But then it's also all the plus or minuses of these. So, and you could just plug them in, and you could keep trying. But that's just inefficient. So what I like to do is I first just test the easy factors. So I'm going to say, let me just test the easy ones, which is 1 or -1. Yeah, if you do this on a tech, yeah. Don't do this on a test. This would take forever. I mean, your teacher might ask you to list out all the possible factors. You should know how to do this. But my solution for doing this is let's just test 1, see what happens. So if I plug 1 in, I get 4 times 1 minus 8 plus 1 plus 3. Let's see what we get. 4 minus 8 is -4. -4 plus 1 plus 3 is like plus 4 equals 0.
Good job!
Oh, that's very cool, right? So that tells me right away that 1 is a 0. And because this is a multiple choice question, you could have kind of also inferred that either 1 or -1 needs to be one of the zeros. But let's pretend you don't have multiple choice, because if we're doing strictly multiple choice, there are ways to game this, obviously. Why did my YouTube chat not work? Sorry. YouTube. Hell. Did they change YouTube chat? One sec. Oh, already got it. Okay, there it is. Okay, there's my YouTube chat. Okay, so because 1 is a 0, this means x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, so whenever you figure out like what causes the whole polynomial to be equal to 0, x minus that thing is now your factor. So I can say that 4x cubed minus 8x squared plus x plus 3 is equal to x minus 1 times something else, right? Because I know that plugging in 1 would cause this to be 0, which means the whole thing would be 0, which means this whole thing would be 0. Does that make sense? So this big thing is equal to the factor times something that's smaller than it. And when I mean smaller, I mean like smaller in like exponents, like smaller in degree. So what I'm going to do to figure this out is I'm just going to divide this by this. So this is actually the cool little, this is why polynomial whatever division like really helps you out here. Okay, because now this goes away, right? And so now we're going to do this divided by this to get what's left over. So you can choose your favorite method. I started liking synthetic. Pineapple, do you like synthetic or regular? Which one do you like? Synthetic's faster. You like synthetic? Okay, cool. We'll do synthetic. Okay, this is synthetic. So this is going to be a 1 on the outside, because it's whatever your 0 is. I know it's dividing by x minus 1, but it's assumed this is a minus thing. Yeah. And then you just put the numbers here. So 4, -8, 1, and 3. And then we just bring them down. So this comes down, this becomes 4. And then you do 4 times 1. And then you put it over here. -8 plus 4 is -4. Times 1, put it over here. 1 times -4. Or sorry, 1 minus 4 is -3. -3 times 1 is -3. Put these down, and then you get 0. And this is what you're looking for. You want 0 to be the last thing. That's called synthetic division. Look up how to do it if it doesn't make sense to you. It's a faster trick than polynomial long division. Okay, so this tells me that what is left, right? What remains here is going to be 4x squared minus 4x minus 3. Because then this thing is always 1 less power than what you were dividing by. Okay. So now, I know that 4x cubed minus 8x squared plus x plus 3 is equal to this. Oh. Times x minus 1. Okay. And we know that this is where we got that one of our zeros was 1. So now we have a much nicer polynomial to deal with to try to figure out what the zeros of this. We're going to try to figure out the zeros. So we're going to set this whole thing equal to 0. And this is a quadratic. That's kind of the goal of polynomial, of this like polynomial division factoring thing. You're just trying to get this eventually down to nice things that you can factor using easier tricks. So you could do the quadratic equation here if you wanted. I don't think I want to use the quadratic. I think I want to do the fun factoring. So I'm going to do this times this. 4 times -3 is -12. And I'm going to ask myself, what multiplies to negative 12 but adds up to negative 4? And that would be 2 and negative 6, right? 2 times negative 6 is equal to negative 12, and then 2 minus 6 is equal to negative 4. And then I like to do this. So I put like 2x on a diagonal here. I put minus 6x on a diagonal here. I put this on the top left diagonal. And then I put this on the bottom right. What's up, Bedlam? And then my goal is to, like, what can I pull out of this? Well, I can pull at least an x out, right? And I could pull a 2 out as well, right? So let's pull a 2. And then you ask yourself, okay, cool. This 2x times what gets you 4x squared? Well, that would be another 2x, right? And then I say, okay, well, 2x times what gets me 2x? That's 1. And then this final one, right? I say, okay, cool. 2x times what gets me minus 6x? And that ends up being negative 3. And then here, bada bing.
Oh, yeah.
You have your factors. These are your factors now. So now we have 2x minus 3. 2x plus 1. That's our new version of this. And then our final one here, right, was x minus 1. And that was all equal to this.
Nice.
Thank you for the follow, Ise. That's cool. There you go. Okay. So now that it's fully factored, Pineapple, you can go find your zeros, which is just set each one of these things equal to 0. This one, you get that x is equal to 1. That's a 0. Here, you would get that x is equal to negative 1/2. And then here, so that's 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. Move the 3 over. 2x is equal to 3. So here you get x is equal to 3/2. So 3/2, negative 1/2, and 1. Answer 3/2, negative 1/2, and 1. Did I fuck up, Jeff? Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Wait, what? Sorry, what? Wait, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Sorry, negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Yeah, this is okay. The constant term. In the factoring. Let me see, one sec. A constant term in the factor? It's the right side. It's minus 3 times 1 is negative 1. Minus 3 times 1. Last line. Here? Right side of the equation. Okay. Here. 2x minus 3. The constant has to be plus 3. Why does it have to be plus 3? Don't I need this? Oh, I see. Wait. Sorry. I fucked this up. Sorry. This is not... Sorry, that's not equal to this. Sorry. This is... Yeah. Sorry, my bad. I had that written wrong. Yeah. Sorry, I wrote that down wrong. The answer's correct, though, right? Yeah, this is what I meant to write, sorry. There you go. Yeah, sorry. This became this, but then this times this is this. Yeah, okay. I think it's all good now, right? Yeah. Yeah, cool. Alright, answer choice. 3/2, negative 1/2, and 1. Answer choice B. Yay. Cool question, Pineapple. The top entry on the queue is actually not a queue. It's not a question. Well, Nick's gonna ask me about something. It's okay. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Dr. Gold. You're very welcome. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mark that as done. So we'll put the screenshot of that into our Discord. Let me go find it. Right, here we are. Oh, I hate that it does this. There we go. Yeah. So, here's Lucky Cat's question. Here is the screenshot. And then also there's a timestamp if you want to ever go back and watch it from the recording. And you get a point. Alright, nice. Let's go see what else is in the queue. Nick is currently favored. Nick, you are favored. Because have you been hitting upvote all the time, Nick? Oh, let's see. All right, let's go choose a winner. Spin, spin, spin. Who's gonna win?
Hell yeah. Bro, I got
it's
300.
gonna go to Dorian though. Nick's like, no, dude.
Oh.
Jeff says I'm suspicious. One vote per. No. The one upvote isn't a single upvote. The one upvote is a logarithmic increase. Also, every minute I think it goes up by 2 votes. Yeah.
I don't know. Somehow I went up by 90 points, votes in 1 second, so I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. It's not exponential, Jeff. It's... And actually, here's the cool thing, actually. If I go to GitHub... What's up, Abdurat?
How about this? It's magical.
It's magical. It's magical. One sec. I have it in my GitHub. Let me go find it. Geo@actual.education.
I'll be back.
Proprietary formula. What's up?
Gotta go fill up my water. I'm gonna go fill up my water. I'm on like the 3rd fucking floor. Gotta go all the way down now.
Go do it. What's my password for this actually? Fuck. Oh, maybe it's...
Abracadabra.
Actualeducation.net. Oh, there you go. I just need a 2-factor. One sec. I just got onto GitHub these days because I know that's the preferred method for doing backups and iterations of code. Sorry, let me get this. There we go. Cool. So if we go to actual Q, my repo is private. It is private for now. I might make this public eventually, Jeff. I might do a public fork because I know a lot of other streamers would probably benefit from having this. It's kind of cool, right? It's private for now because I don't know where all my API keys are. I need to go through and like scrub that, but I think I have them in like htaccess and like env files, but they may be hard coded in there somewhere. But anyways, if you go to the README, this at least explains like how the code works. So let's see. I have it in there somewhere. What the equation is. There you go. Here it is. So final vote. So every minute that you wait in the queue, you get 2 votes added to your submission. You start with 10. And then the final votes is a logarithmic boost, which is this. So it's the base votes times 1 plus log of the amount of upvotes plus 1. So it is logarithmic. I think it's I don't think it's...
Yeah, I just upvoted and I got 150.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. So this is the math. This is the math. Sorry. Let's get rid of this. So what is that? So it's floor just means it rounds down. So it's your base votes, right? Which your base votes is 10 plus 2t, right? Where t is like the number of minutes that your question has been waiting. And then it's times 1 plus the log of 1 plus x, where this is like the number of upvotes. So we could figure out actually like what's the maximum, because you're only allowed to upvote once every 3 minutes, right? So this, if let's say you were on the dot and you were doing it like every single time, right? So that would be t divided by 3. Am I teaching C++? This is Python, I think, or it's written in PHP actually. Sorry. All coding languages kind of look the same. So I believe this is the final equation, is what it is. So, for instance, Nick has been waiting 32 minutes. So Nick right now with 32 minutes is at 596 votes. Let's see if the algorithm's working, or if he's broken it.
Probably.
This also doesn't take into account, though, I think multiple people can upvote from different IP addresses.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this is assuming that he's the only one upvoting his stuff. So what is it? This is 10 plus. Actually, let's make this a graph. I want to show this as a graph. It's actually really cool. Let's do this. So 10 plus 2x. And then 1 plus the log of 1 plus x over 3. Okay. And that's okay, so that's what it looks like. So let's start at time 0, and then he went out to 32 minutes. So let's say like 40 minutes, and then minimum start.
Alright, 6:14.
So let's
68. What the hell?
Okay, so this is what the graph looks like. Okay, so after 32 minutes.
After a while,
After 32 minutes, he should only have 154 votes. He somehow has like 600. So something's not working there.
I'm at 780.
Okay.
I upvoted and I got like almost 200 again.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what this is at some point. I think I have this set correctly, right?
I have broken it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, okay. We'll figure this out later. Here, let's help
Breast
out
tickles. What the fuck?
let's help out Dorian's question.
What is that name?
What does Dorian got for us? Okay.
I'll be back.
All right, cool. Eamon says, "Hey man, can you go over how to name compounds in chem? I'm kind of confused when you use prefixes." Sure. Eamon, the best way for us to help us, the best way for us to help you, is if you want to go check out our website, actualofficehours.com. You can drop a screenshot in here of whatever your question is. So if you have, for instance, like a worksheet you're working on, or like a practice test, or like a quiz, just take a picture of it, drop it in here. It'll get added to our queue here. And then we have kind of like a lottery system that we do for picking which question we work on. So submit it and get it in, and then we can probably go over it. Okay, suppose x0, x1, x2 is a sequence of real numbers satisfying xn plus 2 is equal to 1 xn plus 1 plus 0 xn. Okay. Where x0 is equal to 1 and x1 is equal to 1. Okay. I think I want to just write out a couple terms, right? Should we do that? We can probably like see a pattern, right? That's usually how I see this. So x0 we know is equal to 0. x1 is equal to 1. So then x2, which in order to get to x2, this means n is equal to 0, right? Because remember, do you see how it was like n plus, it's x of n plus 2? So in order for this whole thing to be 2, n has to be 0. So that would be 1 times x 0 plus 1 plus 0 times x 0. Okay. So x1 was equal to 1. So this is just also equal to 1. It's kind of cool. I don't see what the point of this is. Like, what? What's the point of this? Like, what? Okay. This might as well just go away, right? So this says the n plus 2 term is just the n plus 1 term? Oh. This is really dumb, right, Jeff? Am I stupid? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I think it's just going to be a bunch of 1s. Okay, because for x3, n has to equal 1. Right? And so if n equals 1, so that's 1 times x2. But x2 is 1. And then 0 times xn. So it's just a bunch of 1s. Make it xn plus 2 is equal to a xn plus 1 b. Oh, okay. If I were to like change these out for things, yeah. Because otherwise, yeah, this is literally just this. It's just a bunch of 1s. So how do you simplify a formula for x of n? So how would we write this, by the way, in terms of like, how do you write that the first term is 0 but everything else is 1? So I guess you would say like x of n is equal to I'm trying to think how to do this. Do you need like a Dirac delta? Yeah. I know you could do it piecewise. You could say this, right? You could say it's equal to 0 if n equals 0. It's 1 if n is greater than or equal to 1. This is like the technical way to write it. I wanted to know if there was like a Dirac delta way to write it, which I think would be x sub n is equal to yeah, okay, that's it. 1 minus Dirac delta of 0. Or I think it's Dirac delta, sorry, of n. Is this what we're thinking? Right? Because this thing is 0 unless n equals 0, and then it equals 1. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. This is the correct way to write it.
Oh, yeah.
Dorian. But, yeah, what this was turning out to be was, I thought this would be like the Fibonacci sequence, which is cool. Which is saying, like, for instance, the n plus 2 term is equal to the term behind it, n plus 1, plus the term 2 terms behind it. So, for instance, this one would be this plus this, which would be 1. This one would be this plus this, which would be 2. Right? And then this one would be this plus this, which would be 3, 5, blah, blah, blah. And so, yeah, you eventually would get the Fibonacci sequence, which is cool. So, yeah, I think as written, it's just, this is kind of the technical way to write it, but cool. Okay, good question, Dorian. What's up, Narowski?
Yo,
All right, we're gonna.
I have come
Wait,
back.
you have 1,000 votes now?
1,200 votes.
You have so many votes. Let's see if you get picked. Okay, this went to.
Imagine I won't.
Imagine you don't get it. Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
It's
Absolutely
session possible getting.
It'd be absolutely tragic. All right, let's see what we got.
I have broken the system.
All right, let's see. We'll see the next question. Who's gonna win? Nick has a 78% chance because he has 1,178 votes. Let's see if he wins. Spin, 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 spin.
It'd be funny if I know.
If you don't win, it would be pretty crazy. You do win. Congrats, Nick. Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Okay. Okay. So, Nick is a longtime user of the server. OG. He's been here since probably the very beginning. 2021, probably, I think.
Yep.
Yeah. And along his journey in life, he has now gotten in. So I was helping you out last year, right? With preparing for your court officer test.
Yep.
How'd you do on that test?
It wasn't really a test. Bro, I don't even remember. What the fuck?
Okay, well, we were helping you on it.
But-
You took it. And I
Yeah.
guess now
Yeah.
you're in like school for becoming a court officer or peace officer, which is cool. Sick. Okay.
7th week now.
So maybe in order for me to help you, let's think about like what's the next test you're gonna have to take, or we could also ask like ChatGPT. Where are you in the process of becoming a peace officer? What are you technically in?
7th week. 7th week out of the 8 weeks. So I passed these next 2 Friday tests. I am gonna be put into a facility, and
It's a
then I'm
peace
gonna
officer,
be on
right?
OJ. Yeah,
Okay.
thanks.
What type of tests do you take? I'm curious. How do you study for your tests?
Well, you see the list that I showed you,
Yeah, I saw this.
or the
list.
picture?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's everything here is a class for the week. It says module 7.
Dude, that's a lot of
the
classes.
7th week.
You have to go through
Yeah.
all these things.
Yeah, it's legal week, the hardest one.
And so, what is the test? Is it like a multiple choice test? Is what it is?
Yeah, 50
And so
questions.
You just have to like know this stuff. Well, here, physical performance test, right? This is you just like you probably have to like run a mile or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I got 1 minute and 54 seconds on my first try. That was like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So we'll
Or what
see.
to run like a 400, like to run one lap around the track? Is that kind of what you probably had to do?
No, it was an obstacle course.
Obstacle course? What?
That's dope.
Sounds dope. What? You get to do like obstacle courses and
had
things?
We were first. You sit down, you grab a fire hydrant, you run like 10 feet, you put it into a tire, then
Yeah.
you push a wall, and then you run to a ladder. You climb all the way up, you climb all the way down.
What the hell?
Then you run to a dummy that's suspended
Is this
in
Squid
the
Games?
air.
Sounds like Squid Games.
And then you gotta pull it up. It's like 180 pounds or something, and you try to lift it up, and it's quote unquote. I don't know if I can even say this during
A week?
stream. It's like it's how do you say this? Mimicking someone committing suicide, right? So you would
Okay.
have to pull him up so that the whatever's around his neck or his whatever
He's not doing it yet.
would be loosened. So you'd have to pull him up high enough, and
So
you'd have
they-
to keep them there for 10 seconds,
Uh-huh.
and then you run to a dummy that's on the floor and you drag it like 30 feet or something, and that's like 165 pounds.
Wow.
And then you lift a dumbbell or whatever. You deadlift like 60
You have to you have to do all of this in 2 minutes?
under 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
Wow. This sounds intense.
Yeah, then you yeah, and then you pick up the weights, and then you jump a 3-foot obstacle,
Uh-huh.
and then you run around. Oh, I'm not fucked. I gotta go. Mother.
Wait, are you
I'll
in
be
school
back
right
in,
now?
like-
It's Sunday.
Yeah. I'm in the academy right now.
Oh, you're in like the barracks. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
Bro,
yeah, go deal with
who fucked up now?
your thing, and
Anyways,
then
I
yeah,
will be back.
all right, you come back. Okay, cool. All right, when he comes back, we'll do a
Start.
pop quiz with him. All right, let's see. Soak now says nothing much. Like I'm still writing my philosophy paper, but we'll definitely have to get into math soon. Cool.
Good job.
Well, when you need help with math, we have a lot of really smart math people. Here they can help you out. All right. We'll come back to doing Nick's. Let me choose another winner while we're at it for a second. Maybe something here will become tough. Okay. Spin, spin, spin. Who's gonna win? Arizona State University Frame Maxing Club. Okay. Let's see what their question is. Ooh, this is cool. Oh, y'all can't see the wheel? Sorry, my bad. Well, yeah, they won. So, okay. Okay. This is physics. And actually a little bit of vector calculus, right? Alright, it says the magnetic field B in an electrically conducting fluid moving with velocity u obeys the magnetic induction equation. Okay, that's cool. Show that the total flux of a magnetic field through a surface enclosed by a streamline of the flow is independent of time. Okay. Fascinating. All right, let me think. So this is the del operator. I saw a really great video actually, someone explaining like what del is. So this is really cool. So like functions take dependent variables and create independent variables. I really like this. I haven't thought of this before like this. So for instance, like a function like f of x produces y, right? Functions take variables, create new variables. Operators, such as like a derivative is an operator, take functions and produce new functions. I think that's a really cool way to think about things. Operates like, it's just like they work on different things. Right? Functions work on like numbers and stuff. Operators work on functions. Anyways. Okay. On the math side of the thing, it's a new idea of voting. Is it ranked choice voting? I like ranked choice. Okay. Let's see. Magnetic follows this equation. Show that the total flux of the magnetic field through a surface enclosed by a streamline of the flow, a closed curve, which everywhere is closed curve which is everywhere parallel. Oh, okay, cool. Cool, Soak. Let us know what it is. Partial with respect to t is equal to 0. Okay, so let's define actually what flux is, right? So flux of magnetic field. So that's this, like phi b, right? This is equal to, I think it's like this, and then it's like b dot dA, right? Is this just asking us to derive the integral form? It may be, right? So magnetic flux is always equal to the magnetic field dotted with the area vector, the dA. What's up, Gladiator? So if it's independent of time, okay. So this is magnetic flux. Is independent of time. Then that means d phi b dt would be equal to 0, right? Okay. So do I just take the partial of both sides, we think? And then this is going to be something, right? I may be wrong. I'm gonna try it out. So that would be equal to ddt of b dot dA, right? I think this is the right way to write it, right? Is this surface integral? I think. Let me pull it up. Yes, but where is it in like calculus land? Or maybe Maxwell's equations would have it. What's up, Narowski? Have you done this before? Oh, you can come to the stage, Narowski, too, if you want to talk. Sorry, my bad. Should have brought you up. Okay, all good. You're good, you're good. Just give me the offer anytime. Partial B, partial T, we know is nabla cross U cross. You did something like this in your PDE paper. There's an identity for grad X. I see, okay. Oh, okay, well maybe with this. Okay, wait 1 sec.
I'm back.
What's up, Nick? Here, we'll get back to doing yours in a second. So dB because I guess the area is not changing, right? So that's equal to this cross U cross B. Okay. Stokes theorem. Uh-huh. Right, and then this is magnetic flux, no? Yeah, this is exactly what I want, I think. Stokes theorem. Yeah, that ugly thing. Is it really that ugly? I think it's okay. Yeah, so this says that the surface, and actually there was a nicer graph of this actually. Yeah, I like this. Whoever this person is, Dr. Bevan Maltzby. This is actually really pretty. This is what Stokes theorem says. So it says that if you were to take a line integral, or I guess line integral. Is this called a contour integral? If you were to take an integral on a closed surface, so for instance, that would be this part. That is equal to the same thing as taking the cross product of nabla with that vector f, and this is called the curl of f, dotted with the surface area. And that's a surface integral. I see. So, in this case, I think, because what we want to do is, we want to figure out what, like, B dot dA is, right? So, flux is, like, the amount of magnetic field here dotted with dA. Okay, very cool. But then I know, so I don't think this is the correct way to write this. Sorry, I think I should write it this way. Let's say, how do they say it? I think they just say this. Okay. This is S, and then this is ds. This is the correct way to, I think, write it in terms of calculus terms, right? And then so if I do partial B partial T, or partial flux partial T. Yeah, watch what we're gonna get. It's actually kind of cool. I think I get this now. Stokes was a brunette. Who knew? Yeah, I don't. That is definitely not Stokes. That's a Stokes catfish.
Bruh.
Okay. So this is equal, sorry, this is S. So this is equal to S. And then this is dB dt, right? Dot ds, which then we have an expression for dB dt, right? So then this is equal to this, right? Okay. So that's equal to this surface integral. Would have paid more attention to Calc 3 if that was Stokes.
Good job.
The difference a teacher can make. It's incredible, actually. Stokes' theorem states that surface integral of the curl of a vector field over S is equal to the line integral around the contour. So then d phi dt is the line integral of C. The line integral around C, yes, of u cross b dot dl. Yeah. I think I u cross b. Let me see. Yeah, okay, this is actually really cool, right? Okay. Right. Because then we're going to look at this, right? So that was this ds, right? But in this case, right, now b... Sorry, let me put this over here. This whole thing here, this u cross b, that is now like what b is here for this b in the equation. So this is going to be equal to the contour integral of u cross b dot dl, right? But then I think there was something said here, right? We said a closed curve which... Okay, show that the total flux through a surface enclosed by a streamline of the flow. So a closed curve. So this right here, this is our dl. Contour integral, right? Or line integral, right? Right? Yeah, but then we said that a closed curve which is everywhere parallel to u. So this is cool. So B is parallel to u, yeah. Which means the cross product will be 0. That's actually really cool. So this tells me that B is parallel to u on the closed curve. What's up, Raven? So, I feel like that one crazy person in that one meme who's like connecting all the wires together. Right? And then here I'm going to say, but if U is parallel to B, then U cross B is equal to 0. Oh, maybe it's not, sorry. Maybe it's not U. Oh, okay. I think Naroski has something interesting here. Oh, sorry, the curve. You're right. B is not. Okay, sorry. DL is parallel to U. That's what, yes. Exactly. Yes, I agree with that. Sorry. DL is parallel to U on the closed curve. And then, yeah, Naroski has a really cool, these are some vector identities we're going to do here. So, U cross B dot DL is the same thing as DL dot U cross B. Right, yeah. You can dot products are commutative. You can just move them around. But then interesting. Okay, wait. But then you're saying that but this is equal to DL cross U. DL cross U dot B. Oh, I don't know if I know about that one. That's like some associative property thing, right? Cross and dot product identities. Maybe this is the one I need. Yeah, you're right, Narowski. I see it. I see it here. This is cool, actually. Socknong, I'm gonna read your thing about your voting thing in a second here. Appreciate it though. Okay, that's cool because then there's this identity, right? Very cool.
Good job.
So I'm gonna say that DL dot U cross B is equal to DL cross U dot B. Right, okay. And then here you can say, this is actually really cool. So this is DL cross U dot B. But DL is parallel to U. So DL cross U is equal to 0. Can you still use these? Breasticles asks, can you still use these identities like that though when the DL is tied to the integral? I think so, because DL is a vector. I guess it would be weird. Yeah, people act like DL isn't a variable. Yeah. I agree too with you, Breasticles, because that's how I would think. I would think of as DL as like some immovable thing that like I can't like manipulate. But I think what Narowski is challenging us and showing us to think about is just consider DL as just another variable. If you think about it in just like the general term of like what an integral is, right? It's just, it's right. It's just like x, it's xi, then it's like delta xi, right? And then it's just like summing these, right? And the limit as like, I don't know, like, you know, n approaches infinity or something. If you think about it in like terms of like a Riemann sum, I guess. This is just the dx thing. Doesn't matter if it comes first or last. It's still just like the little width of the rectangles you're adding. Presco says, but it's also the differential operator for the integral to the vector. So the vector is okay, but doesn't that affect the result of the integral? Dx is just a small value, yeah. Is it an operator though? I don't think it's an operator. DDX is an operator. But I don't think DX in itself is an operator, right? In any case, I mean, if this thing is 0, I don't care what's going on in the integral, because 0 times something is just going to be, unless this is infinity, is also going to be 0. These are good points to bring up, Breasticles, though. I'm not sure about the semantics of it. I'll let maybe Narowski elaborate that if he needs to. But I think we kind of showed this. So equals 0. And right, that was d phi b dt. Cool. All right, we did it. Good job. Yeah, no, I mean it's 0. Yeah, no, but I mean, you're right, Breasticles, to like kind of, if it wasn't 0, like, would it be messing with some shit?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, maybe. Okay, nice. Arizona State University Frame Maxing Club.
I am back again.
He's back. Okay. All right. Let's help you out. Wait, this is not Dorian's. Wait, sorry, wrong one. One sec. Download this. ASU. Okay. All right, let's do your question real quick. Where was it? Oh, yeah, okay. Here, we're gonna do a little pop quiz. It is a 25. We're not gonna do all 25 questions, but this is a lot. Here, let's do like 10. I think this would be kind of cool. I'm gonna say, I'm just gonna just give me the answers.
Yo,
First 10.
I wouldn't even know the answers because.
Well, let's see. Let's try to figure them out. I mean, this is. So I thought about doing this, by the way, because I know people in my server, the students especially, use ChatGPT to study for their tests and exams, because some teachers don't give them study guides, or they don't give them like practice questions or practice tests, and so they just upload like, here are my notes to ChatGPT, and then Chat will come up with like a pretty good pop quiz for them to go over. But the problem is like they run out of credits because they're on free accounts, right? And so that they don't have they don't pay for it, so they don't have access to that. So I was thinking about writing because we have a bunch of API credits that Microsoft donates to us for being a nonprofit. So I'm thinking about creating. I know this has been done. I'm not trying to like make this into a product because there are a gazillion like quiz bots out there. There's so many of them. But at least making one in the server so that if a student wants to create like a little quiz but doesn't have ChatGPT credits, that they can use ours. Yeah.
That's fucking dope.
That's dope, right? Okay.
That's dope.
So this
I
is
might
how
hook up all my classmates with that.
I feel like this already exists. There's a thing called like, I think it's called Google Spark or something. Google Spark? Is it Google Spark? No, Google AI tool. Fun fact, Norosky says, Google Gemini reliably predicted 70% of a class final exam by being given tens of past papers and materials. Yeah, that's pretty dope. Now, is it AI? There's a name for it. Google Learn Your Way. This is it. Google Learn Your Way. This is what it is. Yeah. Oh, I see. It's on a wait list though. Okay. But their idea here is that you could literally upload a PDF of what you need to learn, and then it would just create like a course for you. This is really cool. I think this is super dope. Right, Laz says, I use ChatGPT and Gemini sometimes. I was surprised how effective it can be when it comes to studying. Yeah, it's super, super useful. Or not Laz, sorry. One to say. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it is super, super useful. But yeah, I think like students run out of credits and stuff. So I'm gonna, one of my coding projects to vibe code over the next week or two is to create a way for students to leverage the API tokens that we have. I have to put guardrails on it, of course, because otherwise people would just use it to do their homework. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun little coding exercise. Anyways. Yeah, right, Norosky? You're using it in your terminal? Dude, that's what I've been doing. I use Codex and Claude Code, and it's called CLI, Command Line Interface. It's the best. It's super cool. Okay, let's try to do some of these questions. Because Nick, this is what you could do. You could just upload, be like, hey, I have to take a test on this stuff. And that's literally what I said. Help me study with a quiz. So here's like a little quiz. So here we go. Let's pretend that we're studying to be a peace officer for the first 10 questions. Eyewitness testimony. What factor most negatively affects the reliability of an eyewitness identification? Them viewing the suspect for 30 seconds. The witness and the suspect are different races. The suspect was wearing dark clothing. The witness provided a written statement immediately. Okay, which one do you think it is?
Yeah, but did you not have that? I don't need the That's right.
Nick.
You're
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
What do you think the answer is for this first question here? Let's try to do it.
Try to see. That's the reliability of eyewitness.
think it's C. Right?
Which factor most negatively affects the
Negatively affects.
reliability of
Yeah, so it means like what thing like hurts the reliability of someone saying, "Hey, I saw someone do that." This would help, right? If they provided the statement immediately. I think this would help as well if you viewed the suspect for at least 30 seconds. So it's between like B and C to me. The witness and suspect are different races. You hope racism isn't too bad. I think this would be the hard way to, if someone's wearing dark clothing, it's hard to see what they look like, right? It may end up being
I think it's asking it's asking it in a different way though, because like most negatively affects the reliability of the eyewitness identification. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe you're right. Maybe it is C.
Okay, let's try C. Okay. Hearsay is generally inadmissible because it is always false. Well, hearsay is not always false. It violates the confrontation clause. It is irrelevant and it lacks reliability due to inability to cross-examine the declarant. I think this is also C.
That's C too. Yeah.
The primary goal of a preliminary investigation is to secure a conviction, establish probable cause, obtain a confession, interview all possible witnesses. Oh, this is cool. I actually don't know what this one is. You should know more about this though, right?
I forgot what the preliminary investigation is.
So preliminary, right, in English just means like the initial, like the first time thing.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think you're trying to get a confession.
Yeah, no.
I think maybe
Probable
D.
cause, not yet. I think it's D.
I think it's D as well. Okay.
Not sure.
When testifying, an officer should volunteer extra information to clarify the case. I don't think you're supposed to say things,
bro.
Only answer the questions asked. Argue with defense counsel. Use police jargon to demonstrate expertise. Dude, what?
Bro. What the
Okay, this is very obviously answer choice B. Okay. Chain of custody is important because what is chain of custody? I don't know what chain of custody is. Chain of custody, I think, is like
God
I think
damn
it's well, you're in school for this,
You done messed up, Aaron!
so you gotta know this. Okay, I think chain of custody is like saying like when people were in different people's like under their under their imprisonment or whatever.
Jurisdiction?
So, jurisdiction. There you go. Okay, that's a good one. Chain of custody. It's like so like who had like custody, who had control of the person, I think it's probably B. Right? If you know that like, oh, this person had our suspect, this person had our suspect, then like the evidence isn't like faked. Unless it's like, this Epstein stuff. We're like, yeah, we don't know what's going on. There's probably not much chain of custody there. Admission of guilt. A suspect states, maybe I shouldn't have done it. This is best classified as maybe I shouldn't have done it. Who would say that? Is this a commission?
Admission, bro.
You think that's an admission? I don't know what that is. Is that an admission of guilt? Are you admitting that you're guilty? Saying I shouldn't have done it? Or is it hearsay or spontaneous utterance? Let's just pretend it's admission. I don't know. Maybe admission. I don't think it's a confession. I think a confession has like a lot of strict rules.
No.
You have to be like, I did this. Like I stole the cookies out of the cookie jar.
Did this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro.
An indictment is issued by indictments. Those are cool. That's in the news these days. Do you know who gives out indictments? Do you know what it means to be indicted?
I think the judge.
Yeah, I think the judge does as well. Yeah.
I forgot that also. God damn. I think that's when you get the sentence
You're like,
or whatever.
It's when you're served it's like you're being accused of something. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Dude.
Okay. An arrest requires reasonable suspicion, proof beyond a reasonable doubt, probable cause, a search warrant. Grand juries hand down
Steve,
indictments. Oh, I fucked
probable
up.
cause.
Okay. Apparently, it's. All right. Let's change. Let's change.
Do they really?
I guess I have heard that grand jury indictments and stuff. Yeah. I don't actually know what a grand jury is.
Maybe
I think
the grand jury.
I think the grand jury
think the
like
grand jury
votes
passes
on
the-
whether passes the indictment. Yeah, but who
Passes
gives
it and
But who issues it? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll find out. Okay. That's the beautiful thing about here.
so a judge, no?
All right, 2 more questions.
Hmm.
A peace officer may generally use force when dude, okay. They feel disrespected.
Oh yeah, this
Surprise,
one I know.
motherfucker.
Oh, bro.
The officer believes it's fair? No.
No.
I think probably B.
Yeah.
Like it has to be objectively. Okay. Use of force. Ooh. The legal standard.
Use of force.
Yeah, yeah, what's up, Junfron? Yeah. I
Do
think
you
it's
know
B.
what the directive of use of force is?
No. Is that like the authority
It's
to
like
like
a-
light someone up?
Yes. It's Directive 4944.
Oh, okay. I'll say he does more.
You gotta remember every single thing.
The legal standard for evaluating use of force is based on public opinion.
You done messed up, Aaron.
Sometimes.
Is it the Fourth Amendment? What's the Fourth Amendment? I should know this.
Guns.
That's the First Amendment. Oh, Fourth Amendment
never mind.
is no search seizures things. Yeah.
Good to know.
I don't know what this one is, but I mean I don't think it's department morale.
Disqualified.
Like, and I definitely don't think it's public opinion. So,
It sort of is public opinion.
all right, let's put that public opinion here. All right, we're gonna say we did
But
these
I
first
think
10.
it's A.
Let's just see how you did. Wow. So apparently it was the racial thing for question 1.
Yeah.
This is also cool. Like chat will explain like why you were wrong. Okay, cool. Primary goal preliminary investigation is probable cause. Okay, so we got that one wrong. Oh, interesting. The one where we were kind of guessing if that was an admission. That wasn't an admission. The one where he says like I probably shouldn't have done it. Maybe I shouldn't have done it. That's an admission. Oh, that's cool. And then oh, okay, there you go. The standard is
Yeah.
objective reasonableness under the Fourth Amendment. Okay, so yeah, that answer was B.
Graham and Connor. Yeah.
So we got 3 out of 10 wrong.
Ah.
So we got a 7
Yeah.
out of 10. We still passed, right? Anyways,
Yay.
cool. All right, great.
You
Nice.
need a 70% out of 100.
Well, you would have
Police
passed.
test.
Okay, cool. So maybe that's something you can use, Nick, in the future
Thank
for
you.
studying. You're very welcome.
Fun.
I'll send you the
Yeah.
Xbox thing later today. Okay, cool. Wow, we have so many other questions that haven't gotten asked so far. Look at all these fun ones. Breasticles with 600 votes. Let's go choose a winner. Let's go see what happens.
Breasticles, bro. Who is that, yo?
Who is it? Breasticles gonna
Who
win.
are you?
Looks like it is gonna be Breasticles. Alright, Breasticles, you're up. Feynman's favorite trick? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm about to get hurt. I hate getting hurt with these ones. Let me read Narosky real quick. Oh, and you get a point, Nick. Sorry. Let's do that. I'll do that in the right here. Sorry. Okay. Narosky
No one
says
redeemed the $100 gift card.
no, not yet. You're the first one.
Oh, okay.
It's
Thank you.
scary because mine has way less guardrails because I've heard. Oh, Narosky, you told your command line that you have like pen testing background. I let it try to exploit a website recently as a challenge. Oh, okay. It brute forced an unintended solution that was way simpler to code. Oh, you gave them certificates. Oh, okay. You like told them that they had certificates? I'm curious. What do you mean by? Are we talking about like digital certificates, like SSH certificates? Oh, they have a program. Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh, I see. Oh, some research stuff. That's cool. Send me a link to it. I'd be curious to like run some stuff through it. Okay. This is okay. In a physics paper published several years ago, a classic problem in mechanics was given interesting new treatment. The details of that analysis are not important. Just that once all the dust had settled, after the physics is done, the author arrived at the following equation to be solved. Okay. Mu is... Oh, Codex. Oh, yeah, I love Codex. I use Codex all the time. Yeah, I use the command line version of Codex. They have an app, though. You're right. You're right. They do have an app, though. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Narowski. They have it, but you need like a newer Mac for it to run. This is your cubicle? Nick, this looks like a prison, dude. What?
Yeah, of course. We're inmates.
We're inmates.
My fucking sexy ass fucking bed.
Okay. Mu is non-negative. Oh, you can get a VM to run it. Okay. That's right, Narowski. Yeah, I could use VMware. Just tell it what processor you have. As long as you can emulate that it's also a Apple Silicon, though, Narowski, right? Because I remember trying to install it, and it won't do it on Intel Macs. It needs, like, Apple Silicon. Like the M1, M2, M3, M4, or whatever. Peace, Nick. Yeah, good to see you. Good luck with all the peace officering. Okay, what's the question here, though? The goal is to solve 3.9.1 for v squared of phi as a function of phi, u, and v squared naught. So, is this like the only thing we have to deal with? Right here? Because this is already a function of phi. This is already a function of v squared 0. To solve that equation for v. Yeah. And I say, like, it pretty much is, right? This is the only thing that isn't, is this thing. So, is this where we do, like, there's, like, some Feynman trick thing. I don't know, Apple's so trash, I'm not convinced it's worth it to emulate. I don't know, people really like... I will say Apple does make really good hardware. Okay. So I think I remember from last time, Feynman's trick is like, you derive things, right? And then that like turns into stuff. So, yeah. My goal is to try to get this free, right? But it's inside an integral. And the one thing we learn about how to get things outside of integrals is to do derivatives. It's why integrals are sometimes called anti-derivatives. If you take the derivative of an antiderivative, you know, they kind of cancel each other out. So I think what we want to do here is take the derivative of this whole thing with respect to phi. So we're going to say like dd phi. Yeah? Okay. So then I have d v squared phi, d phi, is equal to dv squared, well, v squared of 0. Oh, so this is a number though, right? So the derivative of a constant is 0 with respect to phi, right? This is cool. A little bit of some trig here. So derivative of cosine is negative sine. So this is minus 2 sine phi. And then that's going to be minus mu cosine. Or minus 2. Well, here, actually, let's keep the 2 out front. I'm going to say plus 2. This is going to become minus. And this will stay. So plus 2. We're going to say minus sine phi. Minus mu cosine phi. Okay. And then this thing. So the derivative of an integral, this is the fundamental theorem of calculus, right? So by FTC, if you do dd, let's say ddu of like integral of like blah 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 to u f of x dx, this is just equal to f of u. Oh, I see. This is the initial speed squared. This is the energy okay, and this is friction. Okay, that makes sense. I see. This is like energy. Yeah. Okay. So then, once I take the derivative of this is just going to get plugged in here, right? So I'm just going to get minus 2 mu v squared phi. V squared of phi. Right? Okay, cool. So now this is a differential equation. Yeah? Because this and this. So let me say, let's like let y. Apple is like the Europeans pretending they're geniuses and taking credit for discovering the wheel after. Okay, but I will, yes, I know Apple like steals, but they do perfect. I will say out of all the laptops I've owned, any non-Apple laptop usually like falls apart after like 3 or 4 years. My Apple laptops last 9. And they're just still rock solid. They do make they make good hardware. I have to admit it. Like, Apple does make good laptops, hardware-wise. They're expensive, but might be buying Lenovo's. What would you recommend then, Narosky? What Windows laptop would you recommend that doesn't fall apart? Wait, isn't a ThinkPad a Lenovo? Also, Lenovo got bought out. It used to be a different thing, and then, like, yeah. Used to be owned by IBM, right? ThinkPads used to be owned by IBM. And then Lenovo, which is a Chinese company, bought them out. Yeah. Okay, let's let y equal to v squared phi. So, now what we have is... we have dy, d phi, is equal to, let's pull the minus out here, so minus 2 sine phi plus mu cosine phi. And then this is going to be minus 2y, right? Okay. Oh, okay, wait. This is a non-homogeneous differential equation. I can just move this over, right? So dy d phi plus 2y is equal to negative 2 sine phi plus mu cosine phi. I think I want to use integrating factors here. Raven says, I have an Acer and it broke into pieces and glued back. Now the pieces are breaking again. That's what I'm talking about, yeah. Yeah, Windows laptops just don't last. They really don't. And again, I'm a big Windows person. but like, you know, I'm not a big like Apple person, I guess. You know, I have an Android, right? I love Google Pixels. As much as they have like betrayed me. Okay, we need to solve this differential equation. This is where I need to remember the different techniques for solving differential equations. I think integrating factors is what I want. Here we go. This is it. Oh, sorry, this is not 2y, this is 2 mu y. Almost forgot. And it's cool. The integrating factors technique is kind of like the reverse chain rule. Or reverse product rule, sorry. Okay, this is 2 mu y. Okay. So then we're going to do the integrating factors method. So whatever this thing is. Oh, this is cool. This is cool. This is cool. All right. So d phi. See, dy d phi is equal to something as a function of phi. Or I guess something that's just not a function of y. Equals qx. And this is a phi. Is mu is not a function though, right? Okay. So I think our integrating factor is e to the integral. The right term is q of x. Yeah, this is q of x, right? So in this case, yeah, x is equal to phi. And then this is like p of x. Even though it doesn't have a phi in it, right? Yeah, this is now p of x. So integral of 2 mu, but then it's dx, but x was phi, so this is 2 mu d phi. Okay. Integral of, I mean, these are constants, so this is just going to be equal to e to the 2 mu phi, right? Okay. And then we multiply everything. So then multiply through. Have you done this before, Narofsky? Have you done differential equations? I guess you're just starting calculus, so maybe not. So you have dy, d phi. Differential equations are okay. Okay. Do you learn those before calculus? I think you need to know calculus before you know differential equations. And then this is plus 2 mu y e to the 2 mu phi is equal to negative 2 e to the 2 mu phi sine phi plus mu cosine phi. I don't really care about order anymore. Narofsky has become ungovernable because I don't care about order. That's hilarious. If I need calculus, I just learn on them. Yeah, that's good. So here's a cool thing. This right here is a product rule. That's the beautiful thing about this, actually. Because this is the same thing as d phi of y e to the 2 mu phi. Because, right, it would be the derivative of this, dy d phi, times this, plus the derivative of this, which would be 2 mu e to the 2 mu phi, times this. It's like reverse product rule. It's a cool, it's a nifty trick. It's definitely a nifty trick. And then I think what I do is I just then integrate with respect to phi, right? Yeah. So this is like d this, which we're just going to integrate, is equal to all this d phi. What's up, editor? Brad. Okay, so y e to the 2 mu phi is equal to this. Oh, this sucks as an integral though. It's just integration by parts, but like twice. Uh-huh. I like that so far, Narowski. That's correct. If you use Euler's formula, you can skip it. Crazy Run, you know the fastest way to integrate 1 over 1 plus x cubed is not partial fractions? I didn't know that. What is the easiest way? Okay. I just don't want to do this integral. Because integration by parts would suck. It's gonna take forever. Here, I'm gonna dump this integral into ChatGPT. I know I can do it. I just, for the sake of time. Oh, and it's also d phi. Did I not put the d phi in there? I didn't. How big is it in radians? Pi over 3. Chat, we gotta be able to do this. Sorry, I can use my hand, dude. What? Chat, you take too long. Integrate e to the 2. Let's say e to the 2ux. Well, that looks really nasty. I don't think that's the integral. It's, let me see what you're doing. Really? I don't think it's that bad. What's up, Video Game Wizard? We're doing some Diffie Q. I'm just ham-fisting an integral because I just don't want to deal with it. Right, it's at -2, and then sine x, or is it? Oh, it's sorry, 2 mu x, and then it's sine x plus mu cosine x dx. Chat, you should be able to integrate. I know you can. Okay. Oh, this is cheating. It just finds what it looks like. Oh, I guess you're right, Narowski. ChatGPT loves to cheat. It really does. Let me make sure I read this right. -2 e to the 2ux sine of x plus u cosine x dx. And I think this is kind of what you got, right? Wolfram. Yeah, Wolfram's great. You got the 2 minus... 2 minus 4u squared over plus 4 squared. Okay. I agree. This integral just is a pain. For the sake of time, because yeah, we've been working 20 minutes on this question. No. So yeah, you would have gotten from here, you get y e to the 2 mu phi, right? And then this is equal to this mess of things. Oh, but then it's also divided by... Wait. Here, let me copy a couple of Narowski's things in here. There we go. Aha. So there would be another e to the 2 mu phi that comes out when you do this integral. And then you can just cancel these. That's cool. Yes. Cool. Okay. Oh, and then you solve for the initial condition, right? Oh, this is cool. This is how you solve for C. Because you know when phi is equal to 0, this is... Oh, very cool. Right. When phi is equal to 0, v of phi is equal to... Okay. Is v squared of 0. That's another constant. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Yes, so you solve for C, then you plug that back in. And then I think you're good. I see, you get another v squared of 0. Cool. Alright. I'm gonna mark this down. That's cool. I think the clever thing, which I was happy with, was getting to this point. After that, it's just a lot of messy calculus.
Well done.
I'll count as done my best quiz. That was fun. It was fun. I like doing I like remembering differential equations. Okay, all right, let's see. Yeah, Feynman's trick. We did that actually. Were you the one that suggested that actually a couple days ago? We did another Feynman's trick question. Oh, that was you last time? Okay, cool. I love that. I love that. Yeah, there's a theme there, but like now when I see things, especially with integrals, I start thinking, oh wait, yeah, maybe let's just take derivatives and then solve a differential equation. That's cool, Crazy Run. I'd have to read through that. That's a lot for me to read in a chat. But... All right, let's go check the queue. What do we got? Lucky Cat with 1,862 votes.
Good job.
All right, good to know that the voting system, even with the logarithmic, is still getting beaten somehow. I'll figure it out. All right, let's go spin a winner. Let's see who's gonna be. One time, someone tell me whenever you're depressed, solve differential equations. All right, nice, Lucky Cat, cool. Close, everyone. You are the luckiest. You're the luckiest Lucky Cat. Whenever you're depressed, eliminate quadratic terms from cubic polynomials. That sounds intense. Okay. Determine one expression for f of x equals ... with the following specifications. Considering playing with Desmos if you like. Okay, cool. You need to be quintic. Okay. So it has to be up to x to the 5th, right? F of 0 has to be 9. Okay, this is actually really cool. Some cool stuff here. All right, so f of x has to be equal to x to the 5th at least. And then blah, 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 blah. Plus, like, other terms. I mean, technically, it could just be x to the 5th. This is technically a quintic function, right? But this stuff is interesting. So, let me, like, try to, like, show how that would work. So, when x is less than -1, it needs to be negative, right? So this is -1. And then it has to be greater than 0. Okay. X is less than -1. It has to be greater than 0. Okay, so this. Interesting. And f of 0 has to equal to 9. So there's some cool things here. So there's only one root. Right? If my requirements here are at -1, has to be the boundary between it being negative or positive. That means there's only one root. Right, Jeff? Like, otherwise, I would have other things like this. I mean, I guess I could have it, like, keep bouncing. I could have it, like, keep bouncing here if I wanted. It's okay, Jeff. Okay, so this tells me right away, I need -1 to be a factor. Or -1 must be a root. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you could have it. Yeah, if it's an even power, you could have it. It keeps bouncing, right? Yeah, that has to do with the multiplicity of the root, right? So x plus 1 has to be at least one of the factors. But it needs to cross, Jeff. It needs to cross at -1. So this can only be this can only be odd. It's going to only be odd numbers, odd multiplicities. Right? Because if this is x plus 1 squared, for instance, right? That ends up just looking like this. So if you have even multiplicities, those bounce and they don't cross over. I need it to cross at -1. So, and I need it to be quintic. So I'm just going to make this x plus 1 to the 5th. I think I could just do that. Right? Yes. Right, so this would work. So that satisfies this. So you don't want to add 8, I don't think. Oh, you want to add 8 to the whole function, correct? Well, wait a minute. No. Because if I add 8 here, the issue is that it doesn't cross. The 0 isn't there, right? So, yeah, it's okay, breasticles, yeah. So in order for f of 0 to be 9, so here's the cool thing. I can always put a multiplier in front of this. Like, this could be 6, this could be 7, this could be, you know, I don't know, 10, it can be whatever. Haven't done this in 5 years, thought too fast, okay. So, because all that does, you guys know, right? If you have f of x, that, like, a times f of x just, like, stretches it vertically, or compresses it vertically, it doesn't change the position of the zeros. So, in order for f of 0 to be 9, well, when I plug 0 in here, I get 1 to the 5th. So I need to multiply this by 9. So this, I believe, is my function.
My man.
I think it's easy. I think it's easy as that. Yeah, that satisfies everything. You could have done some weird stuff. You could have done, like, I don't know, y is equal to... Well, yeah, interesting. No, but I need the roots. I need there to only be one. There can only be one root. Fascinating. Or could you have done this? Sorry. Could you have done x plus 1 to the 3rd? And then, like, x plus 2 squared? For instance, right? Because this one would bounce. Which would still satisfy this as well. But then you'd have to put another multiplier in front of here, because that would be 1 times 4. So then this would have to be 9/4, which would be annoying. Yeah, I feel like this would work as well. Let's graph these, actually. I'm curious. Desmos. Okay, so we have y equals 9, and we said x plus 1 to the 5th. So that satisfies, right? It has a crossing point here. And then, yeah, it's less than or equal to 0. To the left, it's greater than or equal to 0 to the right. So let's do another one. Let's say we have x plus 1 to the 3rd. And then let's say this is x minus 2 squared. So this is cool. So it's still, right? It's still positive to the right. And because the question was it had to be greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 0. So it can still equal 0. Yeah. So I think this would work as well. But then to enforce that f of 0 is equal to 9, we'd have to multiply this by 9/4. And there you go. And then that would have the same intersection. Challenge, find all quintics.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Okay. Does that make sense, Lucky Cat, how that works? Amazing. Cool. Dope. Cool question.
Well done. Well done.
It's your younger brother's birthday today? Congrats, dude. Happy birthday to your brother. I hope they're having a great time. Did you guys get a cake for your brother? I always ask the students, like, oh, you got a pizza? Pizza and cake? Oh, hold on. That's the best thing ever. I love pizza and cake. Fuck, I want to go get a pizza and cake right now. Hell yeah. Happy birthday. That's a nice looking pizza too. Is that barbecue with bacon and pepperoni? I feel like that is. That's an interesting combo. I don't think I've ever had that. Bacon, pepperoni, and barbecue. Oh, I gotta try that out. Fuck, I want pizza now. Okay. Tissue says, I have an exam on circular motion. Could you help me a bit? If you want to submit a question to the queue, we might go over your question. If you can submit a screenshot of something. The way to do that is the website's actualofficehours.com. I also have a pretty good video on circular motion on TikTok. If you want to go check it out real quick. It is... Where is it? Yeah, if you don't understand circular motion, here, go watch my video. It'll help you out. Here you go. Circular motion and centripetal acceleration in physics. This video right here. It's one of my more popular ones. But it explains circular motion pretty well, I think. There's a lot of cool stuff with it. Not fun animations and stuff. Talks about like the cars and things. Yeah. So go check it out. Mathematic Fanatic says, how does this upvote system work? Technically it was, yeah. So what happens, for those that are watching that are new, because we get so many questions across all the platforms, I vibe coded kind of a lottery system to the questions coming in. Because it used to be like, people would submit a bunch of questions at the beginning of the stream, and then they would get discouraged later from people who joined later because there's like no way we were going to get to their question. So now, when you go to the website, actualofficehours.com, you upload the screenshot of the problem you need help with. In the queue, as the question sits there, it accumulates votes. And then if you really want your question to have a better chance of getting picked, you can upvote. And you can do that every 3 minutes. So here, for instance, if I like Pinhead's question, I can upvote, and that'll boost Pinhead's standing. So here you can see that just because you have the question submitted first doesn't necessarily mean you have the best chance. Cloudy Day, for instance, submitted their question almost last, but I guess for the last 40 minutes has been hammering the upvotes because they're up to a 46% chance of getting selected. Versus Tenshi, who submitted almost an hour and a half, almost 2 hours ago. But Tenshi hasn't been hitting upvote, so Tenshi has a 15% chance. The logo animations, yeah, those animations were done with like some Nickelodeon people. We had a grant for it. It was expensive. Okay, so and then what happens is every time I do a question, I'm gonna go pick a winner. So here, gambling. We love gambling. All of life is gambling and probability. So cool. All right, it's gonna go to Cloudy Day, and then now all the percentages reset. Or they renormalize. They redistribute. So now Gladiator has a 50% chance for the next question. And then there's a cute little timer showing how long we've been working on this. Karan, what's up, dude? Appreciate all the middle fingers. Very colorful language. Okay. Oh, okay. Solve the system. A system of differential equations? Oh, this is tricky. Oh, okay. Oh, and this is, wow, this is mixed. Yes, I agree. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's say that like theta 1 is equal to x, and then like theta 2 is equal to y, because I think that's easier for people to see. So you have x double dot plus 2x minus y equal to 0. And here you have y double dot minus x plus 2y is equal to 0. Okay. And then I have some cute initial conditions here. Can I just get all the x's on one side all the way? Well, okay, if they both equal 0, then they equal each other. So x double dot plus 2x minus y equals y double dot minus x plus 2y. So let's put all the x's on one side, all the y's on another. So x double dot plus 3x equals y double dot plus 3x or 3y. I think that's correct. Do I need to? I don't think I need to. These are just derivatives. Right? d squared x dt squared plus 3x is equal to d squared y dt squared plus 3y. X of t. Coolest dude, taking my chemistry test with zero knowledge of bonds. Oh dear. Coolest dude, go watch some of our chemistry videos. Get caught up. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy here. But wait, could I put all this over here? Could I? This may not be legal in Mathland. Someone tell me if it's not. And then I think what I want to do is I just want to integrate with respect to dt. Am I allowed to do that? So can I say that, for instance, like dx dt minus dy dt plus c, right, is equal to 3yt minus 3xt? And then this right here. But if it works, it works. If it dies, it dies. So this is like x prime minus y prime plus c is equal to all this. And then they told us some initial conditions here, right? X prime is 0, y prime is 0 are all equal to 0. Okay, but x prime of 0 equals y prime of 0, which is equal to 0. So if this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, this is 0, that just tells me c equals 0. So c equals 0. Cool. And then we just do it again, right? So then I have dx dt minus dy dt is equal to all this. And then I just want to integrate it again. dt, of course, right? So then I get x minus y plus c. And here, let's put the functions on it. Let's say x of t plus y of t plus c is equal to 3/2. And then this is going to be 3/2 t squared. And then it's y minus x, right? Which again, they tell me that x of 0 equals y of 0. Oh, no. X of 0 is equal to 1. Y of 0 is equal to 0. Okay. So now when I plug this in, right, for my initial conditions, this is going to be 1 plus 0 plus c equals 3/2 0 squared. It's just equal to 0, right? 3/2 0 squared. 0, whatever. Okay, so c equals -1, right? In order for this to hold. Okay, so then I have x of t, or as they write it, so phi 1, they say of t. Okay, so phi 1 Can you mechanics and materials? Maybe. You can try submitting it. I can see if I can do it. I'm mainly a physics guy, but I can do some engineering stuff. So minus C is equal to 3/2 t squared, and then this is phi phi 2 minus phi 1. What did they want me to solve for? Oh, just solve the system. All right, sorry, C was 1, minus 1. Sorry, minus 1. Okay, so what have we found out here? I think we have an expression for phi 1 in terms of phi 2. Is that what solving the system is? I think you want both in terms of t. Okay. If I move that over, right? Add equations 1 and 2. Which what are equations 1 and 2? The initial equations. Oh, add these. Okay. You want me to add these two, Narosky? Or you want me to cancel some stuff out, probably, yeah? Because we set them equal to each other. Right, but if we add these, then I get x double dot plus y double dot. Oh, plus x. Oh, wow. Plus y equals 0. Oh, I see. That's a different equation. Oh, that's cool. Okay. I think I understand what Narosky's saying. So, we started out, when we did this, when we said this is equal to this, we basically did this minus this. And that gave us this expression. Okay? Then we're going to do the opposite, where I'm going to add the two equations together. I'm going to get this. This is really fun, Narosky. So x double dot plus y double dot. Let A equal theta 1 plus theta 2. Yes. Okay, alright, I think I see. I think I see what Narosky's saying. And you too, Jeff. I get it. Say, like... Yeah, theta 1 is x and theta 2 is y. You're saying let A equal x plus y. So you have A double dot plus A is equal to 0. Okay. Which, yeah, is just A double dot is equal to negative A. So then A, yeah, has to be some sort of, like, trig function, right? So A equals... Does A just equal to, like... what was it? Sine theta? Or... Well, we'll say it's sine t, right? Because then the second derivative of that would be... And I think it's... Okay, that's exactly right, yeah. So this is a very well-known... So this is a well-known differential equation. Which has a solution of... I didn't go to nationals for this for nothing. Okay. This is capital A cosine t plus capital B sine t, right? There are constants. Okay. Harmonic oscillators, baby. Yeah. Okay. So then, but then we can just use the initial conditions. Well, that's for the first derivative, though. Now subtract 2 and 1. Oh, I did subtract 2 and 1. That's when I got to here. Or that's where I got to here, sorry. So that was... I mean, that's what I did, right? When I said this is equal to 0, this is equal to 0, and they're equal to each other. I think I essentially got this, right? So I got that. But that's B. Alright, so from this, you have x double dot minus y double dot is equal to 3. Cloudy Day says the explicit solution should be something with theta 1 and theta 2 equals that. I want to understand the eigenvectors and stuff for ODE learning. Okay. I haven't taken ODEs. Or wait, or maybe that is, sorry, is ODE? Yeah, just differential equations, yeah. I have taken that. Wait. Let's look at for this. So you're going to say, like, let maybe B equal x minus y. Yeah, so B double dot is equal to negative 3 B. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah. So B, we're gonna say this. B is equal to like 3. Oh, squared. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember how this works. Yeah. Yeah. C cosine, but then this is like square root of 3t plus d sine square root of 3t. Oh no. No, it's square root of 3, right? Because every time you take a derivative, you're going to pull out a square root of 3. So you do it twice, you multiply by 3. Okay. Okay. Well, now I have a bunch of unknowns. A, B, C, D. Is this where I use the initial conditions? Year in purgatory. Okay. But then let's think. So all the derivatives are 0. Right? Okay. Right. But a prime of 0 is equal to like x prime of 0 plus y prime of 0. And then these are all 0. So this all has to equal to 0. At 0. You get 0 is equal to b. All right, well, this goes to 0, right? 0 equals b. Oh, okay. And then here you get 0 is equal to... This one goes away. Square root of 3 times d. Okay, so b and d equals 0. Okay, cool. What's the last bit of information I need? Oh, and then I know what the base cases are. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. And then... Yeah, okay. Got it. And now x is 0. Yep. Then I can say x of 0 is equal to 1. Y of 0 is equal to 0. So a, which was equal to x plus y. So a of 0 is equal to 1 plus 0. And b of 0 is equal to 1 minus 0. And if I look at our functions here so far, this equals to 1. Oh, they all have to equal to 1 at 0. So a equals 1 equals 1, right? A equals C equals 1. Thus, x plus y is equal to a cosine t, or is this equal to cosine t? X minus y is equal to cosine square root of 3t. It's really cool. Okay. And now this is an easy system to solve, right? So x, which is basically theta 1. If you add these, right, this cancels. And then you get 2x, so this is 1/2 cosine t plus cosine square root of 3t. And y, which is equal to phi 2. So that's if I subtract these. So this minus this. So this is 1/2 cosine of t minus cosine square root of 3t. And there we go. I think that's it. I think that's what Cloudy Day also said earlier, right? Yes. Good. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, we got it. Beautiful. That's really cool. Thank you, Narosky, for helping me on that one. That's cool. I've been grinding OChem because my teacher is flying through all the content to get us to do that. That's the worst.
That's dope.
Yeah. This was a cool question, Cloudy. My first attempt at it, I think this is like horrendously wrong. That's crazy. Can you walk through the process? Yeah. So actually, let's get rid of all this because none of this, right? Narosky, all this was trash, right? Like this was a bad idea. I think this stuff was a bad idea. I wanted to like just keep integrating. Which maybe this would have been solvable. I kind of see it actually. Yeah. Okay, cool, crazy. Crazy run, we'll check it out. Yeah, let's get rid of this. I don't think any of this was actually good. If you see it, I believe it. It might have been possible. Yeah, I think let's just get rid of it because it's just confusing. I think Narosky's method was a lot cooler. Jiroxy says, what's good, man? I'm in 8th grade and I really like math. Do you have any tips on getting better at it? How to structure your practice? Yeah. Best way to get better at math is to do math. If you're in 8th grade, you're probably getting ready. You've probably done algebra at least, right? Have you done algebra 2? Maybe some pre-calc? I like doing, like, problems in the back of textbooks are good. I just think, like, every student should just, like, run through a calculus textbook. You learn basically everything you need to know in math from calculus. 8th grade, try to force polynomials down your throat. That's what Narosky says. I don't know about that. That might be a little tough. Okay, you're getting ready for algebra 2. Yeah. trying to think. Practice problems are always the best, but it's great if there's like some structure for like the type of things you need to do. So for algebra 2 is kind of a grab bag though, usually, right? Maybe if, I think Khan Academy probably has like a website. But okay, in general, I mean, like if you want to get good at math, I say just like do math, like practice math. Quadratics and roots and functions are great. Yeah, those are good things to know. Oh, maybe the polynomial division comes in algebra 2. We did that today. So for instance, where did we do the polynomial division? Was it this question? No. Was this one? No. That was this. Yeah, this was great. Yes, polynomial. Yeah, doing stuff like this is really useful. I feel like that's algebra 2. General rule, math builds on itself. Yes. You'll see that in this stream. Everything we use like kind of builds on itself. Let me see. Cloudy Day says, understanding is better than memorization, and the material is going to not leave once the class is over. Is that true? Because further on, it will keep getting harder. Yeah, math builds on itself. You can't forget anything that you learned in previous classes. You need it for the future classes. So I think, yeah, if my number one tip for like getting good at math is like, make sure when you're learning material, you actually understand why it's working. Like when you take steps, try to question yourself with coming up with your own intuition for like why this works. Like not just because like, oh, because it is. So how do you get a bond coin? So your question will get posted in our Discord here, Jonas. So whenever we do a question and it'll get so here I'll show you where well actually let me explain Cloudy Days first and then I'll do it. But then once it's in here, if it's your first question of the day, such as Lucky Cats right here, you end up getting a coin for it. That's why you should go join our Discord. It's really cool. All right, Cloudy, let me explain this to you real quick. You tell me if things don't make sense. So, first of all, I don't like theta 1, theta 2 and stuff, so I just made it like x and y. It's just easier to look at. Because, I don't know, letters are easier than numbers for me to deal with variables. And so you had these two equations. So we did one situation where we added them together. So if I add this to this, right? You see how I get x double prime plus y double prime, and then this is 2x minus x, that's plus x, minus y plus 2y, that's just 1y is equal to 0. This is an equation, which then I can say, ooh, notice how I have like x plus y, but this one has second derivatives on it, and this has no derivatives on it. So I'm going to say, let me call this whole thing x plus y equal to little a. Now I can rewrite this as little a double dot plus little a is equal to 0, which then I can rearrange this way. This is a very well-known differential equation. The solution for it is very well-known. Anytime you have I think this is called like the wave equation, or it's like harmonic motion, like simple harmonic oscillators. Sorry, let me pull it up. Where is it? Is it wave equation? I want the one not with like x's and t's though. You can also derive from Euler's formula. Yeah. I just want this. I think it comes from this kind of. No. Yeah, this is it. Simple I need the simple harmonic oscillator. Ugh. Okay, fine. I I wanted to not have to like rederive it. Why does someone just not have a nice like equation of it? Internet, you have failed me today.
You're not that guy. You're not that guy.
Why does no one just have an easy form of this? I don't want to do this. This is too much. It's like, it's also like not time, not, well, okay, whatever, okay. In general, I'll show you. Okay, here we go. For simple harmonic oscillators. You learn this in physics. Let's pretend, that you have, right, d squared x dt squared is equal to, let's say, like ax, okay? One solution for this, right, is you could say, like, let a, because you want something where the second derivative is equal to what the zeroth derivative is. So you got to think, like, what thing, when I derive it twice, do I get back the same thing? And that happens with, like, sine and cosine. So if you let a equal to, let's say sine of kx, then, sorry, wait, what am I saying? Sorry. Let x equal sine of kt. That's what I wanted to say, sorry. There you go. Then dx dt would be equal to k cosine kt, and then d squared x dt squared would be equal to k negative k squared sine kt. Yeah, I think I'm getting used to systems of equations, decomposition, partial fractions, and more for all the ordinary diffie will throw me at me. I got 2 semesters to prepare for. A lot of people tell me it's rough. Separable, homogeneous, and Laplace. Yeah, it's great you're getting a head start. Yeah, these are all like cool techniques for differential equations. And a lot of diffie is just recognizing patterns and applying things you already know that always work. Oh, okay, so actually, sorry, it's when it's of this form. Sorry, when it's this. Let's say this is negative. Okay. Great, okay. So then, look here, right? You could have done the same thing. Let's say, like, x was equal to cosine kt. Then dx dt would be equal to negative k sine kt. And then d squared x dt squared would be equal to negative k squared cosine kt. In both cases, right? Yeah, either thing works as well. Do you see how the second derivative, right? So here you have negative k squared sine kt is equal to negative a times the original thing, sine kt. And so in that case, that tells you that a is equal to k squared, or that k is equal to the square root of a. So whenever you see something in this form, one of the solutions is x is equal to the square root of a. No, sorry. X is equal to sine square root of a times t. But then also it could have been cosine. So when doing differential equations, you say it's a blend of the two. And then the blend is the constant. So it's some percentage of the sine solution plus some percentage of the cosine solution. So when we get to here, which is again the same thing as seeing this, I say, okay, well, I know that a, and because this is a 1, right? So this is square root of 1t. This a must be equal to some percentage cosine t plus some percentage sine t. And then to figure out a and b, what you do is you take a derivative. And I say, okay, well, if little a is equal to this, what's up, Rortza? Then little a prime is the derivative of this, and the derivative of cosine is negative sine. Derivative of sine is cosine. So then I get to here. But we also know that the first derivative at t equals 0, which comes from here. Real lurk, I'm not bored. Okay. The first derivative is 0. So when t is equal to 0, cosine of t, this becomes 1. This becomes 0, but this needs to be 0. That tells you that this constant b must be equal to 0. And then you can also get a similar differential equation to work with if you were to take these two and subtract them. So here. This is subtract together. And in this case, you get x minus y. And then there's like some 3y minus x, which this is the same thing as negative 3x minus y. So now I can say, oh, let's let b equal x minus y. So I have the second derivative of x minus y is equal to negative 3 times just x minus y. This, again, looks the same as this, but now there's a 3. So from before here, whatever this is, whatever the constant is in front of the non-derivative part of the differential equation, that becomes a square root factor inside the sine and cosine. So then you get to here. And we can also take the derivative of that, which gets you here. And then again, we plug in t equals 0. And that tells me, okay, this is 0. This is 0. So that means d must be equal to 0. So now we've simplified things. We know b and d are equal to 0. So a only equals a cosine of t. And then b is equal to c cosine squared of 3t. Sorry, tell me if you can read the orange. Sorry, I know the orange looks kind of hard sometimes on screens. But then a, right, let's remember, that was x plus y. So we have x plus y. X of t plus y of t is equal to a cosine t. And then we had x of t minus y of t is equal to c cosine squared of 3t. And now you use the initial conditions you know here, which is that x of 0 is 1, y of 0 is 0. So then you can plug that in, and you figure out that, oh, well, if x is 1 when t is 0, and this is 0, and this is 0, that means a must be equal to 1. And then if this is 1 and this is 0, and again, t equals 0, this is 1, that tells me c is equal to 1. So now I know, oh, x of t plus y of t is equal to cosine of t. So that all came from here. And x minus y is equal to this. And now this is just simple elimination, right? Now you just add these together to get this, right? Because these cancel, you get this. But then there's a 2x, so then you divide over. And then you can subtract it, the other one. It's a combination of setting them equal to each other, recognizing that formula, and then deriving until we meet the initial conditions, and then solve the system that then solve that system. What specifically should I write down that would be used in other problems similarly? That's a good question. Yeah. So, I mean, great. The other person that was asking me earlier, like, how do you learn math? You do questions, you see how it worked, but then you think, okay, but what if something were to change? Like, how would I do it differently? Yeah. I think in general, it's a good idea to either add these two or subtract these two to come up with two different differential equations. And then it's about making clever substitutions such that you see like something and something showing up again here. Here, for instance, right, it was, right, x minus y, x minus y. So recognizing what the numbers are and how that changes things would be how to do similar problems. Also, the initial conditions could have been different. They could have messed with us and not set these equal to 0 or 1. And then that just changes the, you know, the basic algebra you're doing here to try to solve for the right one. But yeah, I think the process is there. Oh, okay, cool. All right, we've been working on this question for 37 minutes, but I think it's been cool. I've learned a lot. Let's stick to x plus 5 equals 3 types of questions.
Surprise, motherfucker.
I hope that helps you, Cloudy. I'll post this in our Discord so you can have all of it. So, if you're in our Discord, yeah, come check it. Are you in our Discord? Let me see. Add one, Cloudy. I see Cloudy Kiwi. Okay. All right. Jonas. Oh, you. Do I get a bond coin from this? Yes. Was this your question? Yes, Jonas. There you go, Jonas. Okay. Let's see, whatever. Okay, so I have 16 minutes left. Gladiator has found the time to really hit the upvotes. You have a 79% chance of winning. All right, let's see. I might have to change this so that the upvotes can't be so powerful. Nice. There you go, Gladiator. Okay, cool. All right, let's see what your question is. Oh, I like this. This is fun. You barely hit the upvotes? Interesting. It's still stacked it a lot. I guess it wasn't 10,000 though. I gotta work on rebalancing it, I think, a little bit. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Okay. Alright, determine the slope of the tangent line to the curve. Okay. So slope of tangent line is equal to derivative. You think it increases quadratically? According to the code... Yeah, so I changed it, Gladiator. After you got 100k, I changed it. This is supposed to be how it works. Where base votes is 10 plus 2 for every minute. Oh, they're posted instantly, Cloudy. Yeah, they're right there. So, your question's already in here, Cloudy. There's also a link to the timestamp if you want to go through the recording of it as well. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta figure out, like, why the upvotes. So it is better than last time. It's only 2,000 versus 10,000, but I need to normalize it a little bit more. Okay, slope of tangent is equal to the derivative. So let's figure out what f prime of x is. The code's in Python. It's in PHP, actually. A lot of it's written in PHP. Yeah, the whole repo for it is somewhere. I had it on GitHub earlier. I need to go take a look at it. Okay, f prime of x, that would be equal to negative 12x squared. Derivative of this, 3 over x, is plus 3 ln of x, right? Derivative of 1 over x is ln of x. This is x to the 1/2. So then this becomes plus 1/2 x to the minus 1/2. And then derivative of minus 2 is 0. Okay. So at x equals 1, f prime of 1, that's equal to negative 12. ln of 1 is 0. We should always remember that one. Like sine of 0 is 0, cosine of 0 is 1, ln of 1 is 0. Those are good ones to know. And then this is, just plus 1/2. Well, that's kind of annoying. Oh, so it's 11/2. What is that, 23 over 2? Yeah. Okay, cool. Determine the equation of the normal. Oh, okay. And then a normal line has the negative reciprocal. So we have y is equal to 2 over 23x and then plus b. But then we got to figure out b. So to figure out b, I need points, which at x equals 1. Yeah. So okay, tangent line. Let's just explain what this is, right? So if this, for instance, well, this is negative 4x cubed. Probably gonna look something like this. Whatever. Okay. So at x equals 1, you have what's called like the tangent line, right? This would be the tangent line. But then they want the equation of the normal. The normal would be this. Let me get a different color for it. There you go. Makes a 90-degree angle with the tangent line. I should also state that the tangent line goes both directions, right? Not just one way. The derivative points one way, but yeah. Okay, and this is also f prime of x, the slope of it, basically, right? So whenever you figure out, so the normal line is perpendicular to the tangent line, and perpendicular lines have negative reciprocal slopes. So since the slope of the tangent line was equal to negative 23/2, the slope of the normal line will be 2 over 23. But then to figure this out, I need a point, right? So I need to figure out, like, well, wait a minute. What is the point here? That point is f of 1, which is equal to negative 4, right, times 1 cubed plus 3 over 1 plus the square root of 1 minus 2. So let's see what that is. That's negative 4 plus 3 plus 1 minus 2. So it's negative 2. So 1 comma negative 2 is that point. And now I can plug that in here. So at x equals 1, y equals negative 2. So now we'll plug in. So negative 2 is equal to 2 over 23 plus b. So b is equal to negative 46 over 23 minus 2 over 23. So that's negative 48 over 23. Okay, so I think your final equation is y is equal to 2 over 23x minus 48 over 23. Let me double check I'm not crazy. I did not really sleep last night, so I want to make sure, like, see if chat can get it real quick. Just double checking. Oh, well, I fucked up on the slope, apparently. Damn it. It's 2 over 29? I got the 1, -2, right? Alright, 1 sec. Where did I mess up here? Negative 12x squared plus 3 ln of x plus 1/2 x to the negative 1/2. And I plug in 1. Yeah, I get negative 12. ln of 1 is 0. Yo, did chat fuck up, dude? Oh, sorry. I'm dumb.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Sorry. I integrated. Sorry. Yes, this is dumb. This is okay. My bad. Sorry. That's where my brain goes. Okay. That's why I wanted to check. That's why AI is great, because catches my smooth brain moment there. Okay. That makes sense now. Okay, so then this is 2 over 29. And then that's going to be 58. So that's going to be negative 60 over 23. So I think this is it. It's over 29. And is that what they got? Yep. 2 over 29 minus 60 over 29. Yeah, no. I fucked up. I accidentally did. I saw 3 over x and I got excited. And I did the integral of 3 over x, which is 3 ln of x. Should have been taking derivatives. Okay. Nice. Good job, Gladiator. Okay. You're welcome, dude. Alright, I think I got time for like one more question. Let's see who's gonna win it. Actually, I can do it this way. Let's see. Cute. And then, well, that's already gonna show. That's the old one. Yeah, wait. Where did that one? There we go. Let's see who's gonna win. Tenchi! Tenchi won. It has like a delay on this one. I gotta figure out like exactly how I want to show it. Okay, cool. Oh man. Tenchi. What did you give me here? Two scalar fields f and g are related by Poisson's equation. Show that the volume integral is equal to the... Is that a surface integral? Surface integral? Is this Stokes' equation? I want to say this is Stokes' equation. Let's go check Gemini. I just need like a little hint where this comes from. Okay. Yeah, okay. So the key thing here we have to remember is like the definition of del and stuff. Or of Poissons. Okay. So yeah. So nabla squared f is the same thing as the divergence of the gradient. That's what this means. Okay. So then, and then this is equal to G. Okay. So instead of here, now I have 1, 2, 3 of this. Which is apparently equal to boom, boom, boom. And then yeah, where is, let me go find the divergence theorem real quick. Yeah, there we go. This is cool. We use this a lot in physics. So we say divergence of f dv is equal to the same thing as the surface integral of f dot dA. Gradient of f would be del. Yeah, gradient would be this. This is gradient. This is equal to the gradient. This is equal to the divergence. And then this is equal to the curl. What do we say? Alright, let me see. So I feel like I can use this. Because that's literally what I have. I have the volume integral of the divergence of something. So that's going to be equal to the surface integral of whatever my thing was, which in this case that was grad f. Dotted with dA. Right? Which, is that not exactly what the same is that not exactly what we just have? Yeah, wait. Which this equals, like, don't get me wrong, right? Isn't this just the same thing? And NDS, we assume that n points in this is like dA vector. Yeah, and then we can say that like dA is equal to n vector ds. ds is like the surface area. Loki, he needs to drop a Twitter account. I don't like Twitter. Huh? I really don't. Okay, cool. I think that proves it. Nice. Okay. Actually, wasn't that bad, Tenchi. We just had to remember this. And also you had to remember what Poisson's equation was.
Well done!
Yeah, all the del stuff is cool. It gets used a lot in I'm only recently becoming like really familiar with it. Nice. Wow, we did 3 hours of homework help today. Crazy. Y'all were the first 3 hours of my day, by the way. Because I stayed up all night to watch the hockey game. Okay, cool. Let's see. What do we have left? Crazy fun. Oh, this is cool. This is you were showing me how to factor. I see. This is a sum of cubes. Oh, okay. And this is kind of like partial fractions. Oh, wow. Very cool. And Pinhead, what'd you have? Ooh. What would be the most helpful one here? I think anytime you have like x squared minus something, I want to say use secant. Because secant squared minus 1 is equal to tangent squared. Right? You gotta think about like when you plug this in. Here, let me just show real quick. I can do this one real quick for you, Pinhead. Yeah, no. Yeah, it's all crazy. That's cool. I'll post it in our Discord so other people can watch it, though. I appreciate you writing all that up. It's really cool. Okay. Yeah, so whenever you have... You want to remember your trig identities, right? So, it's 1 plus tangent squared is equal to secant squared. And then, sine squared plus cosine squared is equal to 1, right? So, with these, you can form like 1 minus cosine squared is equal to sine squared, and also 1 minus sine squared is equal to cosine squared. And the goal, especially when you have this to the 3/2, right? So this is the integral of dx over, and then this is x, and then this is the square root, right, of x squared minus 4. But then this is all to the 3rd. You're trying to turn this into something squared so that the square root will just go away. Yeah, exactly crazy. Yeah, you want to do whatever you can to eliminate that radical. So I want to turn this into either a sine squared, cosine squared. In this case, right, I could also do this. Or if you rewrite that, you can say that like secant squared minus 1 is equal to tangent squared. So this one is probably what I want, right? Because do you see how I have like something squared minus 1? These are 1 minus something squared. So these you use for like 1 minus x squared. This you use for x squared minus 1. And then this one you use for 1 plus x squared. So it's about like how it looks. So this one looks like x squared minus 1, but it's really 4, right? So I think, and then you want this to also have a 4 on it. So x equaling, so if it's x squared minus 1, that's this one. So I'm going to say x is equal to secant, or 2 secant of x. Secant of x. Because then look what happens. So x squared is equal to 4 secant squared of x. So we get dx over x, and then this is the square root of 4 secant squared x minus 4. All to the 3rd, right? You can pull the 4 out of both things here. So that becomes... There's also the... Yep. This is trig sub. There's also double angle identities you could use, which we might need to later. So anyways, I can pull this 4 out. So it's just 4 secant squared minus 1. Okay. Now this comes out, and you have 1/2 integral of dx over x, and then secant squared minus 1, let's remember, is tangent squared of x. So that's the square root of tangent squared of x, which is going to be tangent of x. So this becomes, oh no, and sorry, we replace things. Sorry, so this is no longer x, this is secant of x. Sexy, as I call it. Okay. Secant of x. So good. This is now secant of x, and then this is going to be tangent of x cubed. Because you had the square root of tangent squared cubed, and that just equals tangent cubed. Okay, cool. So now, so secant is the same thing as 1 over cosine. So you have cosine of x dx. Oh, also we have to replace dx as well. Sorry. Ugh, so many things. Alright, dx is equal to 2 secant x tan x. Yeah, sorry, I shouldn't have called it x. I should have been calling this a different thing. Secant theta, theta. There you go. This is, sorry. This is what I meant to write. I'm pretty sure the answer is just B, but I want to show why it is. Okay. Secant theta, tangent theta. Replace all these. This is what happens when I get tired. This is d theta. D theta. D theta. Okay. Now look what happens. This is actually really cool. This cancels with this. This will cancel with one of these. So now you're just left with... and then look, the 2 canceled, right? So now that's just... 1 over tangent squared theta d theta, which is equal to the integral of cotangent squared theta d theta. There's a way to do this with like cosecant and stuff, but and then yes, use a double angle. But this is a lot easier to solve. The integral of cosecant. Okay. So I think that's why the answer would be that one. Crazy Run Fam, you got all your votes up, yeah. We can check it real quick too. I'm pretty sure it is. I want to see if it actually solves it, how it would solve it. Yep. Here, I can say like solve the rest of the integral. Writing code. Why do you have to write code to do this integral? It's not that bad. Dog. That's kind of cool. Oh, I guess it's not that simple of an integral. Yeah, okay, cool. Yep. They're secant tan, right? Wait, where'd they get the 8 from? Oh, I forgot. You need a qubit. Yeah, okay. Sorry, the 2 has to get cubed. Okay, but then we get to it. Yeah, see how it's cotangent squared theta? Yeah, okay. Technically, this comes out as a 2 cubed. So this is actually 1/8. Uh-huh. I think so. Right, yeah, square root of 4 is 2. 2 cubed is 8. I think they're still missing one, though. Oh, and this was also 2 secant theta, that's why. Okay, got it. Cancel. Okay. Right, and then this integral, you convert it back to cosecant. And cosecant squared is then cotangent. Wow. Yeah, and this is kind of a mess. Alright, cool. Alright, that's how you do it. The question just asked, like, which one to do, strategy-wise. I want to show what the rest of it was. Kind of a mess to do the rest of this. But I'll put it in. I'll just put it in so you can see it. It's kind of cool. Nice. Okay, cool. All right, that's it. Let's close out the stream. All right, thank you everyone for coming to Actual Education Office Hours. Appreciate all of the questions we've done today. Had a lot of fun. You guys are awesome. Our next stream is going to be tomorrow, Monday, at the same time. So make sure go check out the website, actualofficehours.com. There's a calendar there we can go check out. So let me put this in real quick. This was someone's question. There we go. So go here. Go to the streaming schedule. I went a little bit over time today, but it was okay. So next stream will be Zach at 11 a.m. tomorrow in about 14 hours. This website now shows things in your own time zone, so you can see the schedule of everyone's streams pretty well. Okay, cool. Let's go raid someone on Twitch. Then I need to go eat. Maybe take a nap. All right, let's go raid. Who are we gonna go raid? Dun, 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 dun. Let's go say hi to Science. Looks like they're doing stuff with bugs. That's cool. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.